In this video, we're going to learn what unreconciled transactions are and how to deal with them, what the statement balance and balance in Xero are, and why they should match after bank reconciliation. You will see in this list a column called Bank Transaction Source, which shows where the bank statement line came from. Imported means the bank statement lines were manually imported by a user in your organisation. Bank feed means they came from your bank directly. This second column, Status, shows the reconciliation status of the transaction. The green Reconciled means the transaction has been matched to a bank statement line. The orange Unreconciled means the transaction has been created but hasn't been matched to a bank statement line. Having multiple unreconciled transactions can be a sign of a problem, especially if you have reconciled all your bank statement lines. It can indicate there are duplicate transactions, which are a real problem that needs to be dealt with. So let's look at this example here. The 2nd of March, 24 locks, 69.50 is unreconciled. To identify if this unreconciled transaction is a duplicate, we first search for any reconciled transactions with the same details. So we use the search feature and start by searching the exact amount and date. And we see here we have a reconciled transaction that is the same as the unreconciled transaction. So this must be a duplicate. The way to get rid of it is to use the Remove and Redo feature, which will delete the transaction. A common mistake people make which creates multiple unreconciled transactions is getting transfer transactions wrong and creating duplicate transactions, which is why it is important to only create a transfer transaction once, not in both accounts, as demonstrated in the first video. So keep an eye on unreconciled transactions, and if you find they are duplicates, delete them using the Remove and Redo feature. To see if there are any unreconciled transactions, you can rearrange the order of this column by clicking here, so that unreconciled transactions appear at the top. You can also use the search tool and select Unreconciled in the status box. If you have unreconciled transactions and you're not sure why, ask your accountant or bookkeeper to investigate, because there can be a few reasons for this. If you look at the top of the screen here, you'll see a statement balance figure and a balance in Xero figure. The balance in Xero figure is the sum of all the transactions in the account transactions screen, plus or minus your opening bank balance in your conversion balance screen, which your accountant will have set up, or you should have set up if you don't have an accountant. You'll also see the balance in Xero figure here from the very top running balance. The statement balance is the sum of all transactions that have come in from your bank account or that you have imported, plus or minus your opening bank balance in your conversion balance screen. It is a good idea when you first add a bank account to check the statement balance displayed here is the same as in your actual bank account for that date. When you have reconciled all of your lines, your statement balance and balance in Xero should match. If they don't, this indicates that there is a problem with a number of reasons. For people starting out using Xero, the most common reasons for the mismatch is that opening balances haven't been entered in the conversion balance screen, duplicate transactions have been created, or bank statement lines haven't been imported between the conversion date and the date that automatic bank feeds began in Xero. It can be a bit complicated to work out why there is a discrepancy between your balance in Xero and statement balance. And while Xero Central has a step-by-step guide to finding the problem, it is easier and less painful to ask your bookkeeper or accountant to look into it. If you don't have a bookkeeper or accountant, feel free to get in touch. It is important to remember that when you have reconciled all your bank statement lines, your balance in Xero and statement balance should match. And if they don't, this can indicate a big problem and you should seek help to fix it. Don't just ignore it. So to recap, you should keep an eye out for unreconciled transactions and deal with them because they are most likely duplicates which adversely affect your accounts. We also looked at what the balance in Xero and statement balance are and why they should match after we have reconciled all our bank statement lines. Now, let's test your knowledge with a quick quiz.